Hello, I Dr. Prashant Upadhyay welcome you all once again on my YouTube channel Gate Arena. Today we will going to talk about the types of a semiconductors. So generally when we are talking about the types of a semiconductor, we generally say that there are two types of semiconductor. One is known as the intrinsic semiconductor. So let me write for you intrinsic semiconductor and another type of a semiconductor which is known as the extrinsic semiconductor. Now, when we are talking about the intrinsic semiconductor, we say that intrinsic semiconductor is the extremely pure form of a semiconductor. So, when we are talking about the purity, that means they do not contain any type of impurity. We refer to it as a intrinsic semiconductor. So, we can write it is the pure form of a semiconductor. So when we are talking with respect to the intrinsic semiconductor, what we say that in an intrinsic semiconductor, even at a room temperature, whole electron pair are created. So we have already seen in the previous lectures that when we are talking about the semiconductor, we are not saying that only one type of charge is present, but there are two types of charge are present. One is known as the hole and another is known as the electrons. Okay, so we can write it that at the room temperature, whole electrons pairs are created. So I'm writing this whole electron pairs are created. So let us consider with the help of a diagram. So let's say I'm talking about the semiconductor. So let me draw one semiconductor here. So let me connect this to the battery. So I'm connecting a battery to it. Now we will going to make a point. Let's say this is point A and this is point B. And inside this semiconductor, we will going to create the charges. Okay, so basically that will be the whole electrons pairs which are present in your semiconductor. So I will be using the blue color to represent the holes, and this will be the direction of the holes because holes are positive charge and it will going to attract to the negative terminal of the battery because positive will going to attract to the negative part of the battery. So there will be the attraction, force of attraction will be there. And now we are drawing the with the help of a green color a solid points we are representing, and these are the electrons, and these electrons since they are the negative charge they will going to attract to the positive part of the battery. Okay, so here I am mentioning the positive and negative terminal of the battery. Okay, so what we can say is that when an electric field is applied across an intrinsic semiconductor, the current conduction take place by the two process, which is mainly due to the free electrons and hole. And the direction which we have drawn is the direction of the electrons because when we are talking about with respect to the current, okay, we always say that we are talking with respect to the electrons. So the free electrons are produced due to the breaking of some covalent bond by a thermal energy which is being provided by the battery. So we will going to say that the free electrons will start moving toward the positive terminal of the battery. And when this breaking of a covalent bonds occurs, at the same time we can say the holes are created in the covalent bonds. And what we can say that under the influence of the electric field, conduction through the semiconductor is by both electrons, we are referring to the free electrons and hole. So what we can say that the total current inside the semiconductor is the sum of a current due to the free electrons and holes. Okay, so I can write it that the total current inside the semiconductor is due to the sum of current due to free electrons. So let me highlight it with another color, green color I'm using, free electrons and holes. Okay.